Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 42 of my PySimpleGUI lessons. In today's video, we're going to be finishing the second of 4 lessons about multi-line text boxes. So let's review what happened last class. So we created this multi-line input text where the text is yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. And that was the default text. And the size was 25.6. The key was ML for multi-line, and we talked extensively about the rerouting standard output. So here, if we wrote something, it would print out the event because of this. So that's basically what happened last class. And now let's get on to what we're going to be talking about this class. So for this class, let's make some slight changes to make your lives easier. First, let's delete this print event line, and over here, let's add a font line. So font, let's say, is Times New Roman Light with font 12. This way, when we run the code, the font is a bit better and it's a little bigger in size. Alright, so what we're gonna write about this class is something called reroute and then cprint. This attribute is kind of like standard output, but this one doesn't go from the console to the window. This prints directly to one of the elements inside. Oh yeah, let's also change the size to make this a little wider. Let's say 35. Put this true. Let's just make sure that's big enough. Alright, that's good. So now for rerouting cprint, let's make 2 buttons under here to visualize the understanding. So let's make 2 buttons, and OK and cancel button. Now we have 2 buttons, and OK and a cancel, but they don't do anything, so let's code that in. If event equals OK, then let's just print OK normally. If event equals cancel, let's use cprint from this cprint. But keep in mind, cprint is from the PySimpleGUI library, so we need to put SG in front of it, meaning PySimpleGUI. Now, inside the cprint, let's put cancel, and let's also change the reroute standard output to false, so that way it'll print out in the console instead of as inside the element. So now, when we run the code, OK would be printed out here, and cancel here. That's what the cprint does. If this was true, then both OK and cancel would be printed out inside the multi-line. OK and cancel would be both printed out here. So that's why let's keep reroute standard output as false. Alright, now that we understand cprint, let's talk about some of the attributes. So first, let's put 2 terms in here, cancel and useSelected cancel. So now, when we run this, when we run this and we press cancel, cancel and useSelected cancel both get printed out like this, with a space in between. Alright, so some of the attributes for this. The first one is end. Normally, if this is none, the ending would be an enter, changing into a new line, like this. Every single time, even if there's still space here, it goes to a new line. But we can change this into a string, let's say hyphen at the end. Now, when we press cancel, it just hyphens and prints out again. This doesn't go to the next line. If we wanted to, for it to go to the next line, we could put 3 of these different, of this, and then we press enter here. Now this would be a hyphen and then hyphen and then an enter here. So now when we press cancel, it would print and then go like this again. But now there's this here, so we need to move this to here. So now it would just be an enter without that many tabs. Cancel, and it's back at the front again, like this. Alright, so let's keep this as none to make this simpler and go on to the next one. Next one is SEP, short for separate or separation. For separation, it's what separates cancel and useSelected cancel. If we put none here, then the default is just a simple space in between. But if we wanted to customize this, let's say put a plus sign in between, now it would be cancel plus uSelected cancel. And this looks a little squished, so let's add a space in front of and behind the plus sign. And now there's plenty of space. Cancel plus uSelected cancel. Alright, so that's separation. After separation, we have the text color. So let's change this to white, and obviously along with text color, we have the background color. Let's say black. Now it would be a black background and white text, just like it says here. And after these two, we have a really unique attribute called colors. Colors is basically the text color, but with more authority. If there's text color and colors in the same, for the same element, then colors would be used over text colors. So let's say we change this to red, then the text color would be red instead of white, even though white is here. So like this would be red, and if we get rid of this line, then it would be white, like this. Alright, let's turn all of these to none for the default. None. None. Alright, after colors, we have the key. So we talked about key before, so let's just skip over it. And lastly, we have the justification. The justification is the left, center, or right, where you want it to be centered around. So you can write the whole word or the first letter. So here, this is L, left. Now it would be to the left. If we want it in the center, it'd be C for center. And now it would be in the center. And if we want it at the right, then it would be to the right like this. Alright, so that's the justification. Now you might be wondering, how does all of this cprint go directly into this multi-line? So you might remember we wrote reroute cprint here, so that's what tells the cprint to be rerouted to. So let's say we have two more multi-line in front of and behind this one. Which one would it go into? So let's put in the same things like text, and then the same size, 35:6, and let's give this a separate key. Let's call this ML1. Oh, sorry, I forgot to come out of this bracket. Oh, and this should be here. Alright, sorry. And let's write reroute behind all of this. Reroute cprint. Let's say this one is false. And let's copy this to the end. Okay, so now obviously since the other two are both false and this one is true, it would get rerouted to this one. So yes, it comes out here, and so this is ML1, oh wait, sorry, let's change this to ML2. and then let's say turn this one into true, and then this one into false. So now it should go into the third one. Third one here, we press cancel, and now it comes here. So if we want it to come to the first one, we make the other two false, and this one true. True, like this. Then now it would come to this one. So now what happens if all of them are true? Which one would it go to if all of them wanted to have it rerouted to them? So like this, let's run this to find out. Simple experiment, and as you can tell, it comes to the last one. What happens if the last one was not selected? We can turn this into false, and then we press cancel, it would come to the second last one. So this shows the reroute goes to the last possible element that has reroute cprint as true. Now normally, let's just stick to only having one as true. So let's keep the second one as true. This way, the coder doesn't get messed up, and it's simpler to understand. So now it would come into the middle. These two doesn't get anything printed on it. Alright, that concludes lesson 42 of my PySimpleGUI course. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And remember, crack the coding enigma with work for tuition as your sigma.